reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive.
We want to welcome our veterans, the brave men and women of the United States military that are here today and that are actively overseas. I thank you for your tremendous sacrifices that you have made to defend us and our freedom that oftentimes we take for granted. Over the past 2 years, the Folsom School, in conjunction with the Brigantine Elks organization, have been actively involved in 2 big projects to support our troops here and overseas. Our Cell Phones for Soldiers project has netted over 300 cell phone cards that are given to our troops overseas, where they have 60 minutes of cell phone time per card to speak to their loved ones at their will. This year, we also began our Operation Paperback program, which affords us the opportunity to send paperback material to our soldiers overseas. As of today, we've already sent 30 packages in the past month to a database provided by Operation Paperback. We will continue to not only provide these services for our troops and veterans, but we'll also make sure our young people today remember your commitment and your sacrifice to the United States of America. Would you please stand for the presentation of colors?
Flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave.
Here from Mrs. Hoffman's 8th grade homeroom, and I would like to tell you about Veterans Day origins. Many Americans mistakenly believe that Veterans Day is the day America sets aside to honor American military personnel who died in battle or as a result of wounds sustained from combat. That's not quite true. Memorial Day is the day set aside to honor America's War Day. Veterans Day, on the other hand, honors all American veterans, both living and dead. In fact, Veterans Day is largely intended to thank living veterans for the dedicated and loyal service to their country. November 11th of each year is the day that we ensure veterans know that we deeply appreciate the sacrifices they have made in their lives to keep our country free. November 11th, or what has come to be known as Veterans Day, was originally set as a U.S. legal holiday to honor Armistice Day, the end of World War I, which officially took place on November 11, 1918, and legislation that was passed in 1938. November 11th was dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be hereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. As such, this new legal holiday honored World War I veterans. In 1954, after having been through both World War II and the Korean War, the 83rd U.S. Congress the urging of the Veteran Service Organization, amended the Act of 1938 by striking out the word armistice and inserting the word veterans. With the approval of this legislation on June 1st, 1954, November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars. In 1968, the Uniforms Holiday Bill ensured 3-day weekends for federal employees by celebrating 4 national holidays on Mondays: Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and Columbus Day. Under this bill, Veterans Day was moved to the last Monday of October. Many states did not agree with this decision and continued to celebrate the holiday on its original date. The first Veterans Day under the new law was observed with much confusion on October 25th, 1971. Finally, on September 20th, 1975, President Gerald R. Ford signed a law which returned the annual observance of Veterans Day to its original date of November 11th, beginning in 1978. Since then, the Veterans Day holiday has been observed on November 11th. We are so glad you joined us here today to celebrate. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful Veterans Day.
Good morning, Folsom School. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for having me here today. I'm not a combat veteran. I did retire after 20 years of service in the National Guard and the Marine Corps Reserves. First of all, I want to thank our combat veterans and all our veterans in this room and in this country for keeping our country safe. That's the reason the military is here. I joined the Marine Corps Reserves when I was 21 years old. I was going to college, and I just felt that I needed to do something different. My uncle was in the Marine Corps. He fought in Vietnam. Fortunately, he came home, and he's still alive today. He inspired me to join the Marine Corps. My father was an Army veteran. He was in Korea, but he never fought. He was there afterwards. After a couple years being in the Marine Corps Reserves, I went back to college, and then I joined the state police. I just recently retired last year from the state police after 26 years. And the state police has a heritage and a background based on the military. It was back then, Colonel H. Norman Schwarzkopf Sr. actually was hired by the state of New Jersey to start the state police in 1921. The state police started in 1921, December 1st. And back then they were split up into 2 groups, the North Group and the South Group. Now we have close to 3,000 troopers. They're split up into 5 different troops, A, B, and C, North, Central, and South Jersey. I've always been in Troop A. I was stationed right down the street here in Buena for about 9 years. So I did patrol Folsom School area. Just being in the Marine Corps Reserves, I got to travel a few places. California, when I was in the National Guard, I did go to Kentucky, Texas. I had the opportunity to go to Germany and serve with the regular Army unit for a month. But I never did see active duty combat. And I'm actually fortunate for that. Being in war is not glorious. The movies, unfortunately, make them glorious. But it's not a glorious thing. But it's a necessary evil that we have to do to keep this country safe. I did get activated by the governor back in October of 2001, right after 9/11 happened. And my guard unit was sent down to Salem nuclear plant because we had information that they were possibly going to try and do some sort of damage to the nuke plant. Fortunately, nothing happened, and we feel that maybe we prevented another disaster because we were there. So again, I just want to thank all the veterans, and I want to thank Folsom School for having me here. Thank you.